Welcome into the Film Guy Network. It's football season, which means I've got a film study for you.
What's up? You really like that?
Let's shut up and grind some tape.
Power and suddenness. Those are the two words that I created when thinking about LaNorris Sellers, okay? And as we enter the offseason, entering the 2025 college football season, a lot of hype and anticipation around some signal callers in this conference, in the Southeastern Conference. So I thought it'd be a good idea to study them, show you what they do well right now, areas of improvement that they might have moving forward. But power and suddenness, all right? They're on display in tremendous spades, if you will, with LaNorris Sellers. Got kind of a funky throwing motion, Jonathan, a little bit from the ear, but can really, really rip it. Now, I will say this. If you are a young football player, all right, watching this today, if you're a quarterback, I wouldn't be out here necessarily trying to emulate this, all right, with regards to the throw motion, because the amount of power and velocity and accuracy that he is able to create, it's kind of a one-of-one thing with him because he is so physically gifted. This is a 6'3", 240-pound athlete that is really, really twitchy, and you'll see this on tape. Really worked himself into a rhythm as the season progressed with that offensive coordinator, Dow Loggins, who is now obviously taking the head coaching job at App State. Mike Shula moves in there and takes over as the offensive coordinator. Going to have to provide that sense of comfort that you're going to see, particularly to start football games. We're going to watch the Missouri game today, one of his best from last year, and you're going to see from the jump, he seems very confident in what he is seeing, okay? And you're going to have to build that rapport with Mike Shula as the year progresses and as the offseason progresses. Also has some key losses on the roster offensively. Lose Rocket Sanders at the running back position was a playmaker and a good thing, or a consistent thing that they can lean on offensively, as was Josh Simon, or Joshua. I don't know what he goes by. The tight end number 6, a tremendous playmaker for them in the middle of the field and an immediate answer for this offense in 2024. Going to have to replace the production of that guy. But I love the wide receiver core that they're bringing back. They had a bunch of playmakers, far more than I remembered watching on TV. When I broke them down on film, I was like, wow, these guys are really doing big things and making explosive plays after the catch. Love Mazio Bennett, the freshman, returning as a sophomore this year for those guys. An absolute hit out of the recruiting trail for those guys. And obviously they paid a bunch of money for Nick Harbert coming out of high school, the track superstar, really focusing on football this offseason. I think that's a major key for this South Carolina offense moving into 2025. And he showed signs of tremendous promise and growth with this quarterback, LaNorris Sellers. Key areas of improvement, Jonathan. Going to have to get rid of some of the turndowns that we're going to see on tape, something we talk about ad nauseum on this network. If the coordinator is giving you an option, let's take it right now. Let's play ahead of the stick, something he's going to have to clean up. And he led the nation in fumbles last year. We got to clean that up. Absolutely. Got to get rid of dropping the football when bodies are around us. Our positional awareness and situational awareness have to get much, much better. We got some sayings around here, all right? Shut up and grind the tape. All right, that's a saying. We also have rules around here. Not our cleanest intro to start, to be honest with you, Jonathan. Got a couple of rules around here. If you learn anything about your favorite football team, you must subscribe. I'm talking to you Gamecock fans today. If you learn anything about the game of football, you must subscribe. I'm talking to all you diehard college football fans watching today. And if you have any fun today, you must subscribe. All right, so go ahead and hit that thumbs up button on that front end. This is what I'm talking about, Jonathan, to start this football game. I felt like Loggins and him really, really got into a high level of rapport. We're going to start this football game on play 1, I thought. What in the heck? Yeah, we are. Play 1. All right, we're going to start with a good zone beater concept right here. Give them a tight end option right to start the football game. There's number 6. Square up, give him a big body. All right, we got a nice, clean reception to start the football game, and we got a big 20-yard ripper. This is what I'm talking about with these playmakers, dude. I turn this tape on, and was like, all right, now I see why you guys were so explosive. All of your athletes were really, really good after the catch in 2024. I want to see this in 2025 as well, as a dynamic athlete running down the middle of the field. Let's go to play 4. All right, this is what I'm talking about with this mechanics. I don't think, I'm a big rotational guy on this channel. I love rotational throwers, always have. I think the sport is moving more towards it. Josh Allen and Tom Brady are the 2 examples of it. Those were linear throwers that changed their entire mechanics. One, Tom Brady late in his career, 20 years in. Josh Allen, year 2, completely changed his way of playing football. I'm not saying this guy needs mechanical changes because how physically gifted he is. This is a prime example. They're getting man coverage right here, Jonathan, and they're going to work a sail. They're going to run number 7 down in motion, going to fake the deep over and run this sail route right here. This is a 35, 40-yard throw from the right hash off to the left outside the numbers right here, and he makes it with ease, and it makes it with tremendous accuracy. Great job by number 7 winning on the route right here, and you'll see what I'm talking about with the mechanics and how easily this throw is made for number 16 with his upper body, all right? It's really from the ear, if you will, all right? Kind of dips it behind that helmet, all right, and rips it. But it's really quick, too. So, and you'll see it when I'm talking about in some of these intermediate throws as he's scrambling, finding space in the pocket, and immediately gets the ball up out of his hand, all right? Real nice and easy cut for him, and nice, accurate ball placement there. And you'll see it from here as well. It's another good shot of what the mechanics look like and the throw and stroke. It's a busted coverage. Great job by Nick Harbor identifying, hey, they've got corner blitz. I don't know what the hell the safety's doing. He's supposed to be rolling over the top of Nick Harbor right here. Does not. Okay, it's a busted coverage. Let's get to the tight. You'll see what I'm talking about with this throw in motion. It really is from the ear, okay? And I'm not one of these guys that wants to change everything about quarterbacks, okay? Especially if they're accurate and consistent with the throw in motion, right? Something we talked about with our study on Shedeur Sanders the other day. I don't care to rebuild everything as long as we're not, missing dramatically all the time, which this guy I don't think does. Let's go to play 13. I did feel like he was safer with the football as the season progressed. I didn't think we put it at risk too many times when we decided to extend, okay, or do things like this. Like, this is a tight window throw, okay? Maybe we probably should have checked this football down. However, all right, this is the check down. All right, right here from number 3 running across, but we're getting pressure in our face right now, and you'll see it from the tight. We're not able to really make that windowed throw because of this linebacker running right down the midline and number 3 trying to spot up right over the ball where the pressure's coming from. So we don't really have this check down over here. The flat defender is all over it. All we really have as this goes to run off is this corner route or this sail again into this zone coverage. And we're going to have to beat this nickel defender that's hooked up in this hook curl area right here, who's also gaining width, right? He's in a pedal. He's backing into the window, right? This could be a very turnover-worthy throw for a young quarterback. All right, I love the ball placement right here, Jonathan. We throw it away from that underneath defender, and you can really see it from the tight right here. Let's fast forward just a little bit so we can show you. Boom, that window closed right there, all right? And for some reason, we're hooking up right now. I know why. We're hooking up because we have zone coverage, and we've been told, hey, against man, let's continue to run across. Against zone, let's spot up over the football. It's kind of unfortunate, right? We spot up right where that defender is. We're not going to be able to check that football down anyways, so now we do have to throw this corner route. Again, look at the ball placement right here, avoiding the turnover, okay, giving our guy the only chance to catch the football. It's one thing to give our guy a chance, right? It's another thing to give our guy the only chance, all right, on a ball like this. The other thing that, it would give me nightmares. It would give me sweats playing this guy, okay? Yeah, you might think you can cover the weapons that they have, which Missouri clearly believes that they do. They've got some version of two-man right here, it looks to me, based off what we get from the motion indicator, right? We probably got some type of man coverage. We think we can pressure him, maybe even drop a little spy right here from the linebacker who's walked up, right? Looks like he's going to give me some type of spot, all right? And we might think we can cover everything that they have on the field. But we don't have an answer for that right there. We don't have an answer for 16 taking off right here on 3rd and 9, creating a 4th and short for their offense, okay? Plus territory, again, with a running quarterback in 4th and short in college football, we are going for it. They ultimately convert that on the next play. And you can see, hey, look, they get everybody covered. They even think 3 might have an opportunity to run with him as a late rusher, right? He's not rushing with intensity. He's rushing with an ability to try to run him down afterwards, and we don't have the ability to do that because 16's taken off. I would always drop my, what would you call that, a mugged rush? I would always drop my mugged rush arm side of a rushing quarterback, never backside. Okay, but I understand why they're doing it here. Can you have a guess as to why they're doing it from the field, Jonathan? I just gave it to you. It's from the field, okay? He has a lot more room to run to the field than he does to the boundary. However, I'm playing the tendency, not the field, okay? I'm playing the player, not the situation. Never fully covered against this guy. All right, and this is another example of it right here, okay? You never have everything fully covered. They just absolutely botched the mesh right here. We got 2 guys in 2 Ds in 1 hole right here. Offensively, the rare offensive bust right here with 2 guys in 1 hole. We got that going on. We got way too much trash all right here. Maybe could check this football down, but he's got leverage right there. We're in trouble. All right, we've got everything covered as a defense. They have messed up offensively, but we don't have an answer. We don't have an answer for this type of athleticism and play extension. And I love at the end of this, avoiding the catastrophic hit, getting down after we convert the sticks right here. Watch this at the end. Boom, just get down, protect our body. We took a big hit right there, but now we're putting it on the ref to maybe pull that little yellow thing up out of his pocket for playing a little too physical on the quarterback. Let's go to play 24. I got to throw the deep over right now with anticipation, okay? I got to throw this deep over from Nick Harbor right now with anticipation. I got to the top of my drop. Looks to me like they're playing some type of cover 3, all right? So all of these hook curl defenders, I'm telling you right now, they ain't deep enough. None of them are, all right? All we're really worried about is you turning and running up underneath this tight end, okay? And that's exactly what happens, but this ball's got to come out right now. All right, this ball's got to come out right now at the top of our drop. Instead, we hold the football, all right, and we get sacked. And worse than that, we put it on the ground. All right, so I think next year, all right, as we get more and more, accustomed to playing college football, once we see this, right, once we see middle of the field closed, deep thirds, right, we got the post running that off. We've got to know these guys aren't into the proper depth. The play action has sucked them up enough. We've got to throw this with anticipation, okay? We can't wait for everything to run 100% open. We've got to know what the defense is playing and where they're vulnerable and get it out on time and if not on time, even early, okay? And catastrophic here at the end. Way too many of these. Way too many of these when we're trying to extend plays, putting it on the ground. We can't do this. All right, next year, we talked about it before the show, before cameras turned on. They lose a ton defensively next year. We're not going to be able to just hand the offense or the other team extra possessions because we can't protect it in the pocket. I don't think he throws a lot of interceptions. I think he threw 5 or 6 this year, Jonathan. It's the fumbles that are a problem. We've got to clean this up. He had 2 back-to-back against Kentucky. They fired corner blitzes on him, and he just didn't see him, took way too big of hits, and put the ball on the turf. I think it's a bad miss right here. And I know he's got rushers in his face right here, but we can't miss this bad and throw an interception. I like our decision-making process, right? We've got a runoff right here. We've got soft zone coverage. I think we're in 2nd and 12, so we're just trying to get back right now. I like what we're doing. I don't like the miss. We can't miss this bad. And this is why I do favor rotational throwers a little bit more, Jonathan, because when rushes come, I do have a natural ability and a little bit better comfort adjusting my arm angles and being accurate, right? I have an ability to lean maybe and get to the side of the football. I have the ability to change or get vertical, or I can move my arm a little bit more. All right, with these linear throwers, I almost have to move my lower body. I have to move everything else because the arm slot's consistent. And you can see it right here from Sellers. It ultimately causes this ball to elevate and it leads to an interception, okay? We have to change our lower body, all right, and how we ultimately lean back into this. You can kind of see it better from the wide, all right? Can't necessarily manipulate our arm slot as much as a vertical thrower. Bad miss, though. My question about the rest of the weaponry, all right, is how many times can Nick Harbor do this next year, okay? And this is what they started to realize was like, okay, let's not play him as an X when we want to get him one-on-one opportunities. Let's play him in the slot, make safeties try to walk down and see if they can run with him. And the answer is most of them can't. So I love this from the offensive coordinating staff, and I love that Harbor has finally found a way to be a mismatch problem against these safeties walking down. You're not running with that guy, okay? I love the football here from Sellers as well. How many times can they do this next year? That would be my question. They're going to need it. They're going to need, because they're going to lose a level of explosivity in their run game, I believe. They're going to have to find some of it from number 8, and they're going to have to find some of it from number 3 as well. Now, I think they become, will you do me a favor, Jonathan? I know you got other things going on. Will you look up their red zone efficiency numbers from a year ago? Because I do believe that his legs make them a serious threat in the red zone, and they make them an even count football team. Everybody wants to be a cover 0 football team in the red zone, which means they're going to have additional numbers for the run game. But when you even that with the quarterback, now the defense is in a real vulnerable position like this right here. They're going to sell quarterback counter or off the wide zone look right here, and they're going to sneak the tight end right past the safety whose eyes are really focused on the quarterback, right? These two defenders are really, really worried about the quarterback pulling that football, and this guy's got to play wide zone, so it's really the backside inside linebacker who's probably responsible, okay? One of these guys is responsible for this tight end, all right, one of these three, and he's going to slip right by.
2023, you're asking?
No, this past year. Yeah, this past year. I want to know what they were with Sellers as a quarterback because, again, I think this is a problem. This puts defenses in conflict. All of these players are in serious conflict because of number 16's legs, all right? And it ultimately opens up everything else.
They converted 78.7% of the time. That ranked 107th in the country.
So they were terrible.
They're bad.
Turnovers?
I would imagine.
Turnovers. In theory, mobile quarterbacks should make us a threat in the red zone. In theory, okay? Yeah, that's catastrophic right there. This playmaking ability is really, really good, okay? And I think this is another clip. Yeah, all right. You're not going to allow – I wouldn't allow this guy to escape outside of our pockets. We would hold him in as much as we can, make him go vertical on us to get yardage because when he gets outside of pockets like this, we extend plays. All right, our defensive end right here sells out, goes inside, and I don't know if he's expecting a wrap from number 10 because I don't pay that close attention to Missouri's defensive calls, but we don't get the wrap, all right, and we allow our quarterback to get outside the pocket, and I do think he is really accurate, all right, on the run like this. And I do love his propensity to keep his eyes downfield. All right, he's not an immediate takeoff and run guy. He's going to look downfield first before he takes off and runs second. Good, accurate football right there to Simon. I like that he plays the position, okay, as an extender like a point guard. All right, this isn't a. This is one of those guys, modern-day point guards, Jonathan, that can ISO, right? He can sit over there and he can do all of his fancy stuff, and he can be a bucket getter, all right? But he can also be I'm driving the lane, ooh, right there, ooh, and dish, right? He's got good assist ability as well. And this is a prime example. And this is what I talked about earlier in the study with his suddency, the ability to play now when things open up. Right there, boom, okay? Get it out right now and play with some sudden ability, right? Because when we play a bunch of zone coverage, which he's going to get because he's a rushing quarterback, right? When we play a bunch of zone coverages, things open right now. They don't open, okay, 3-step drop against man coverage, that slant's going to be there now. No, that slant might be first window. It might be second window. It might have to be extended. We might have to create with our legs, and then it opens up third window on the sideline, okay? That's how we play against zone coverage, and it requires our ability to get our feet in the ground. He's open right now. Let's get him the football, and this is a prime example of right now. Oh, there's the rush. Let's get our eyes on the deep over, or the crosser, and let's get him the football. All right, this is where we got to clean these up, right? It is 1st and 10 right here, okay? It is 1st and 10. We just picked up a first down on the Mazio Bennett crosser right there, and we put this ball at risk on the sideline. Now, it is thrown away technically, but I do believe we gave a Missouri defender an opportunity to catch this football. All right, there's a difference between I gave my guy a chance on 3rd and 2 or a 3rd and 8, all right, and it's 1st and 10. I'm doing too much. This is doing too much. Put it in your pocket, man. Throw it out of bounds, completely out of bounds. Put it in the 3rd row, and let's live to fight another down, okay? Let's not be putting the ball at risk right here on P and 10, or 1st and 10. We should watch that from the tight. See how he even got there. Probably also could have stepped up and in here this way instead of going backwards. We never want to go backwards, guys. I think he's trying to throw that ball away. Just couldn't quite get it to the sideline, actually. All right, so good thing we watched the tight there. Good job. Good job. That's exactly what we wanted. Honestly, kind of impressive to even get to the sideline with the arm right there. Look at Brooksy. Good thing we went back and watched that tight. You got to have this ball come out and take the first down right now. Okay, this ball's got to come out right now, bud. You're staring right at him. Throw that football, okay? Our eye line's right there. We worked our progression over there. Coach gave us an answer right now on 1st and 10. Take the throw. Take the throw right now. All right, we came back. We tried to make a play in a pseudo scramble drill after holding the ball past the progression. All right, when we give you answers like this, we can't turn them down, okay? Can't turn them down at all. Right now, throw the football. You're looking right at it. Play on time. We need to be in 2nd and 3 right now. We don't need to be in 2nd and 10. Reason being, all right, we get in 2nd and 10 right here. I can't quite remember what we do. I think we run the football. Yeah, you run the football. And now guess what we're in, Jonathan? We're in a 3rd and long. We're in a 3rd and 8, okay? And we should be 1st and 10 because we picked up 4 yards on what should be a 2nd and 4. Coach gave us an answer. This is how we end up in punts. And I do believe this is why, if you look at their box scores from last year, okay, if you look at South Carolina's box scores, it's, swear to God, every possession chart looks like this. 3 plays touchdown, 3 plays punt, 3 plays touchdown, 3 plays punt, 3 plays punt, 3 plays punt, 3 plays touchdown. We're so boom and bust because we don't do this stuff. We got to do this stuff next year. Again, particularly with a defense that's not going to be, I don't think it's going to be a top 10 unit in the sport like we felt like you were this year. I thought South Carolina was a terrifying defense this year. I don't know if it's going to be that this coming up year. All right, now it's 3rd and 7, and guess what? We're getting covered. Okay, we're getting covered. We don't love this check down, all right, because these guys got an opportunity to rally to the football. We're going to have to make a tight window throw right here on the go ball for Mazio Bennett. This secondary crosser over here, it's going to get bent up and pinned up by the leverage from number 28 right there. So it's 3rd and 7. They gave us an exotic pressure, and we're covered. All right, it tends to not happen in 3rd and 2s. All right, we have a full plethora of the playbook on 3rd and 2, 3rd and 8. Everybody knows what we're fixing to do. I think we try to scramble, end up scrambling short of the sticks right here, forcing a 4th and 4. Okay, and on 4th and 4, I think we throw an incompletion. Yeah, we do. When I watched this last night, I felt like we needed a better ball on this corner route. All right, I understand why we're throwing it. Maybe we should check the football down right here. I don't think so. It's 4th and 4. I'm not checking. I'm not going to criticize you for trying to throw beyond the sticks on 4th and 4. Never. Not on this channel. Okay. And I will criticize the football though. I do think we might be able to throw a better ball here. Let's watch it from the tight. Maybe. Slightly better. They got to be, the main problem for me is the offensive line. They just got to be better, right? When I have a winner, okay, when I've got the post running right now, taking this safety away, and I got the deep over coming over here, I've got opportunities to hunt. I've got opportunities to hunt right now, and I'm trying to on P and 10. But we're going to end up in 2nd and 26 or 2nd and 20 because we can't block the left tackle or the left end when we got all the extra bodies to protect in the world. We're running a 3-man concept right now. We're running a post and a deep over with a swing from the back or a swing from the motion man. And we can't get it protected?
I do think that's a true freshman.
It is. It's Josiah Thompson. Actually, no, it's the left guard that gets beat. Yeah. And that's not Josiah Thompson. Thompson wears 74, doesn't he?
I think so.
So that's 51. So this might have been the time period where Thompson got hurt. He got an ankle injury midway through the year. So it's actually the left guard that gets whipped right here. Just giving up an edge, man. I do think there was some, all right, first year starting, we don't quite trust what we're seeing like this right here. I do believe he's looking, just like we saw earlier on that 1st and 10 route or concept. I mean, I don't think we're trusting our eyes right now. We're in the middle of our motion. We're on our front foot, and we're going to pump this football. We're not going to throw it very confidently. Watch it from the tight right here. I just don't know if he's 100% confident in what he's seeing, and you don't expect him to be. This is the portions that, see what I mean? We're kind of double clutching that football. Buddy, it's there. You made the right decision. It's the same play we opened the football game with, okay? He's right there. Rip it. Rip it right now and rip it with confidence. Kind of chunked that one into the dirt. But he is 100% a special athlete, all right? There is no doubt about that. I really do believe he's probably the best athlete at the position in the conference this year. There is some real twitch and life to this football player. Got to wear the specs, though. I think it's a rule. We just got to wear the specs. I don't see very many quarterbacks in this conference. Maybe Lagway. Maybe Lagway making free rushers like really miss and evade like that. And then outrun a linebacker to the sideline with an angle. That's pretty damn good. But we got to clean this up, man. We got to throw these footballs. There's no doubt about this. We've got, all right, zone coverage right here. Coach is giving us the sail. Coach is giving us the sail again. We have got to throw this ball to this open portion of this window right now. We've got to be able to rip that. All right, we've got to be able to rip this. Especially if we're going to be like an NFL guy. All right, if Brooks is going to feel comfortable about making you the 2nd overall quarterback in this conference entering the year, rip that ball. I know Garrett Nussmeier's ripping that shit. There ain't no doubt about it. Now, the problem with Nuss is going to rip it even when the hook curl defender's bailing with the tremendous leverage. All right, that's the problem there. All right, but rip the ball. Throw that thing, man. We check it down. All right, we get tackled behind or at the line of scrimmage. Throw the sail. Throw the sail right now. Boom. Right now. These next 2 notes are why you are QB2, though. All right, because this is a horse, man. This is an absolute horse of a football player. Watch how many guys got an opportunity to tackle this dude. Look at this. He on the sideline standing up, okay? This is an absolute unit of a human being. Very, very hard to tackle, okay? Now, I felt like Milroe could make you miss, all right? And I felt like Milroe every once in a while run you over. This dude's going to run through arm tackles galore, all right? Because he's 240 pounds. Milroe's like 218, 220, 4'4" guy. This is a 4'5'8" guy with some thump in the pads, all right? Bring your hat. Like this clip right here. It's an absolute unit of a human being. I think we're going to rip through an arm tackle right here. Yeah. We're just going to run through an entire defensive end, roll back left, flick one to the tight end, pick up a first down. Look at this from the tight. These are large men, large grown men that he's throwing off of his body right here. Look at that. An absolute horse. And then we got this. This is a beam right here. This is why I started the show by telling young kids, don't be out here emulating this one. All right. I think this is a very, very strong human being that rips footballs like this because of how big and physical he is. Not 100% because of the fact that we're throwing it from our ear. You know what I mean? But one thing I do love about it, Jonathan, look at that front knee. Okay, look how powerful we are. That is a very strong position. All right, we look like we're in a split squat, don't we? We look like we could catch dumbbells and get into that position right there and hold it firm. Now, I'm not saying you got to be that far into it, but we can't be knee locked. All right, I don't want our momentum fighting back towards us. I want it being caught by that front side knee. All right, it's a great job right here. But you see what I'm talking about as a linear thrower with that upper body leaning back left instead of bringing our shoulders back firm, being on the edge of that football and really cutting that thing. All right, but we're nice and strong and powerful, and we can get this through without having to be 100% a rotational thrower. See what I mean about these playmakers, Jonathan? I mean, I watched an SEC championship football team this year not have these dudes making plays like that. I didn't see a single play like this from a Georgia wide receiver this year. Dudes were making plays for this football player. You know why? I think there's an innate ability when you got one of these guys at quarterback that's out here shucking off defensive ends and he's out here, making linebackers miss and running over safeties, taking it 85. When you got one of these guys at the quarterback position, I would imagine there's a need or a want in the huddle to make a play too. You know what I mean? When that guy's out here balling, you got a feeling like, hey, I gotta match this energy, as the kids would say. I got caught up in I'm only watching this one game, and damn, they were dynamite in the red zone in this game. That's why I thought they were so good, because everything that they did inside the 10s was about, hey, 16 might run on your ass. And if he's not, he's going to extend plays, and we're going to roll him in the red zone. We got news or something?
Oh, no, I was actually going to check something else on that, just to see.
That's a ball. That's a ball right there. That's a ball. Doink.
Yeah, see, they ranked 65th in attempts, too. So it's probably because they were so explosive.
Yeah.
That they just probably didn't have that many red zone opportunities.
Yeah. That's a good point. So what Jonathan's saying is that they're running the ball. They're running into the end zone off of explosive plays. They don't have a ton of opportunities, so their sample size is smaller, so the failures are going to be exasperated. This is another example of, I just think, watch 14 down here. He's going to turn this into a scramble drill. We're working to the corner, all right? It doesn't happen for us. Sellers is holding the ball just a little bit longer, trying to make sure we got every opportunity. We're going to work back. We're going to work back as soon as we realize, oh, I've gotten to the top of my concept, number 14 has. All right, I've ran my route. All right, I'm looking for the football. He's looking back right. Nothing's happening. I'm going to make something happen. I'm going to scramble, make a play, getting to the back of the end zone, or to the back line of the end zone. Watch Sellers as well, okay? Working right. We don't like what happened. Our wide receiver fell down right here. We're going to immediately work back left, find our guy, and somehow at this point, we're both going to know I'm working back line. I'm not working to the corner. I'm working back line right here, and we're going to reset our feet, let that ball rip, and let it happen. Love it. another clip of the suddency that we are talking about here with this quarterback. I do think the motion allows for this because a lot of these rotational throwers we see, whether it be Rodgers or whether it be Mahomes or whether it be Cam Ward or any of these guys, they're ball tappers, okay? They're rhythmic ball tappers, or they're ball droppers. They're going to drop it and get it back into their rotational spot so they can clear that elbow and all that good stuff. All right, this guy's from the ear all the time. So he ain't got to do none of this. So whenever it opens, right now, it's from the ear and it's out like this right here, okay? I believe we go to extend right now. Boom, get our feet right back into the ground and let this thing rip once we see, okay, the comeback is open. All right, comeback's creating space. I got pressure in my face. I'm not going to be able to continue to roll out and throw this on the move. I got to get my cleats in the ground right now. Boom, get it set and get the ball out. Watch it from the tight. You can see how quickly this happens for him. Okay, moves left, pressure, boom, feet in the ground, let it rip. Do believe we overstrided just a tad here, right? Yeah, just a tad overstrided there. But again, don't take lessons from this guy. All right, he's a big physical football player. If we watch Dart do something like that, that ball would have absolutely duck farted on him, right? Some of these guys got to be mechanically clean. Some of these guys are gifted from the Lord above. Another clip of the suddency right here. Got more zone concepts right here. Boom. Get our feet in the ground and rip it. I love this from him. I don't think every quarterback has this, man. I really don't. Every other quarterback I watch lately is just running right to the sideline right now, trying to beat this defensive tackle. Okay, very few of them realize, hey, I actually have a bender coming back over here that I'm going to rip right now. You know what I mean? That's big time, dude. And first year starting, that's big time. That's not only knowledge of concept, but the ability to be that sudden, get our cleats in the ground, and rip that football back across from us, right? We're moving right. That dig's moving back left. It's a great ball. All right, Jonathan. Mic to the face. You were a doubter. You were a guy that was like, I'm not buying all this LaNorris Sellers hype entering 2024. Not at the rate that it's being sold. Did I sell you?
I mean, you've certainly sold me more on the fact of, I mean, the thing that certainly emphasizes how special of an athlete he is. And I certainly wasn't doubting that. My whole thing was, that's great, but if we're still turning the ball over, still leading the nation in fumbles, none of that really matters to me, at least me personally.
That was number one. We got to clean that up. Yeah. We have absolutely got to clean the turnovers up and some of these turndowns.
And you expect a year two starter to do those things anyways.
Yep.
So.
And we saw this with Dart. Dart threw 11 interceptions first year starting at Ole Miss, threw 11 the last 2 years combined. So there is some maturation process or growth process that could be on its way, as this channel has experienced over the last calendar year. Appreciate you guys for being here. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button on your way out.